Okay, I think that's it. We are live. Uh, yes. How can I see? Start recording. Okay. I think we are live. I just can't see the chat. Let's see. Close. Hey. Okay. Yes, so I guess. Yeah. We can start. So can we quickly confirm that you can hear me? Yes, hello, can you hear me? Reset. Stats. Okay. Nice. So today the topic is writing task 1. First things first, we are going to analyze a model answer written by an examiner. So when I was preparing for IELTS myself, I would do this kind of thing a lot. I would just first go through an essay, learn the task achievement mostly, and maybe also other areas as well, but I would mostly focus on task achievement, like what key features they're selecting, how they're dividing the data into paragraphs, and that kind of stuff. And then I would write my own version on a similar topic, right? That's with task 1. So we're gonna do that here. So first, let me try to analyze this myself, and then I'll compare it with examiner's version. Yeah. Okay. So the graph below shows the average monthly change in the prices of 3 metals during 2014. Okay, so these metals are copper. Okay, it's very annoying. Nickel and zinc. So let's see what happened to each in 2014, by the way. So this is going to be in the past. All right, so I can see that everything dropped in the first half. So copper dropped, nickel was the biggest, but then it experienced the most dramatic change, a downward trend, and the other one as well, the zinc as well. But in the other half, like from July or June onwards, then the numbers, all of them kind of recovered. Okay. And in terms of body paragraphs, maybe I could have, well, I could have just the first half as the first paragraph and the second half as the second paragraph. That's actually Simon's favorite style. Now let's check out the model essay. So the graph presents information about, okay, I don't often see that phrase used by an examiner, how the price of copper, nickel, and zinc changed in 2014. By the way, as you can see, there are these are percentage changes, and there are negative changes as well, right? So -1%, -2%. These are all compared to the beginning of the year, I think. So between January and June, the price of copper dropped from its highest annual amount of +2% to nearly -1%. Okay, so that's not an overview. That's just the first paragraph. Let's actually read the overview, because, it should come right after the introduction. Overall, prices depreciated in the first part of the year, but it recovered somewhat in the second half. Wow. I'm a genius. That's exactly, literally verbatim what I said about the overview. The value of nickel changed the most. Yeah, easy peasy. Okay, so first paragraph. However, I think the paragraphing logic is going to be a bit different. So I'm pretty sure the examiner here is doing another separate paragraph for each metal type: copper, nickel, and zinc. So between January and June, the price of copper dropped from its highest annual amount of +2% to nearly -1%. All right, it happened between January and June, yes. That one noticeable trend, crazy downward trend. I'm actually surprised they didn't use the word, they didn't add any, adverb, degree adverb, right? Dropped dramatically, maybe, because I know I would. It rose to +1% in July and stayed there until September, when it dipped slightly, then it increased back up to a little above +1% again. Something just hit me. Yeah. Why don't I share these with you first? Yeah, let me just share this, the model in the Telegram group. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So the price of nickel, yes, so what happened? It dropped, it rose to +1% in July and stayed there until September, when it dipped slightly, then increased back up to a little above +1% again. Yes, so that's what happened. So first trend, increased again, increased slightly, and then stayed the same, decreased and increased and stayed the same. Okay, literally everything was mentioned. Yeah. And that's what you need to do with line graphs. You just need to divide the lines into smaller trends, like increases, sharp or slight increases, and stable points, periods, and then describe them one by one. You don't need to use fancy vocabulary. As you saw here, there's nothing that you don't know or I don't know. It's all the basic vocabulary. However, the description is very detailed and accurate, and that's what matters. That's what examiners look for in the reports as well. In the reports they check as well. Zinc hit its peak price in February before dropping to -1% in June, in a similar manner to copper. Okay, so first it hit its peak point and then dropped significantly, similar to nickel. Yeah. Or nickel. I think it's nickel. The price remained constant until October, then appreciated up to plus 2% at the end of the year. Yes, appreciated here is a very topic-specific vocabulary, right? So the price increased, the value of these metals rose. In other words, they appreciated, right? A nice uncommon use of a very common word by this examiner here. Okay, so stayed the same and then increased. Makes sense. And it's in line, like you can notice that the description is very much in line with the overview. Like first, the decreases are being described, and these are being followed by a somewhat recovery, like increases. The last one, the price of nickel was more volatile. Actually, price of copper, I was looking at a completely different thing. I'm so sorry. Okay, so copper is actually this one. Not that one. Wow. The first body was about copper. Yes, so it decreased and then stayed the same. Yeah, okay, I see. Now we're talking about nickel. It was at plus 6% in January, but fell rapidly to plus 1% in March and down further to minus 3% in June. Yes, there's a stop here because there was a stop. Yes, so very accurate, very precise. And then it rose a little in the following 3 months, reaching plus 1% by December. The prices depreciated in the first part of the year, but recovered somewhat in the second half. The value of nickel changed the most. Okay, very impressive stuff. Let's see what another examiner thought about this report. So this response presents the overall pattern for each metal. An overview in the final paragraph summarizes the overall pattern of prices over the year. The best detail is given for copper in the second paragraph as data for the whole year is presented. There are some inaccurate details between January and June in a similar manner to copper, as the minimum is reached in May for copper and June for zinc. Wow, a very small detail. So this part, in a similar manner, just because of this, the whole report is not going to get a band 9. Just because of that small error. That's why you need to be extremely careful in task 1, right? Your description has to be like picture perfect. Yes, so it wasn't similar because something went even below, like further below. Yes, so in May, the first one hit its low point and then increased, but for the other one, this zinc, it was in June. See the difference? Just because of this difference, you cannot apparently call this a similar pattern. Wow, that's crazy. Ideas are organized and progress logically in this response with a paragraph given into each metal. There's some effective use of cohesive devices. So task CC is going to be 9. Yes, so there's a separate paragraph for each criterion, right? This is task achievement, it's 8. This is CC, it's 9. Vocabulary is used adequately, and there are some good examples and some more unusual ones. Yeah, appreciate was unusual. Depreciate also recovered. Okay, I think it should be 9. And grammar structures include some sentences with multiple clauses. However, okay, there's however, which means it's not 9. Yeah, most sentences are short and simple, and there are errors. Appreciated. Oh, it shouldn't be appreciated up. It should be just appreciated. Wow, even examiners make mistakes. This report was written by an examiner, and he apparently made a grammar mistake, which was caught by another examiner. Okay, including plural endings, prices of copper. Oh, okay, so there are 3 items here. That's why you have to use prices. I swear I saw that somewhere else as well. Like, there's another YouTuber who used to be an examiner before, and he made that point as well in one of his videos. Okay, to improve the band score, the final summary could describe how the value of nickel changed, as this is not clear. Oh yeah. Okay, another thing, the value of nickel, change it the most, right? So the most is a general word, so you can't use it. You should say, it should be more specific. Like, how did it change? It like dropped more dramatically in the first half, I think would be a better overview, better wording. Okay, so definitely very insightful. So what are the insights that I have learned from this personally? So I think for you, insights. First of all, in terms of task achievement, okay, let me make this bigger, the font size. So in terms of task achievement, you have to be super accurate and precise. Yes. So, and nothing general, nothing too general, like the most change in overview statement. You should specify what kind of change you're talking about. Okay, so in terms of unusual words, maybe. Unusual, some less common items. In this case, it was appreciated or depreciated. This is topic specific and not very common. You don't see this word in task 1 a lot. It's very topic specific. So grammar, I mean, I didn't learn anything about grammar. Yeah, I guess. So, like, when there are multiple items, when there's a list, the subject should be in plural. It's a basic grammar rule, but one you often forget, or one you often forget to apply. So for, what's for? Okay, I forgot CC. Coherence and cohesion. It was perfect here. Effective use of cohesive devices and separate paragraphs. I mean, I didn't learn anything about coherence, cohesion, to be honest. And that's it. Like, these are my insights about this. You can comment down below your insights about this from this model essay. Yes. Okay. Very nice. Let me just quickly share this. Quickly share this in the channel. Forward. Okay, now I have found another line graph similar to that one with month instead of years, and it's about monthly revenues of Jewelry and Co. A jewelry company, right? 4 shops that belong to this company. Shop 1, Shop 2, Shop 3, Shop 4. And the changes. Okay. So now I'm going to try to apply what I've learned. By the way, first I should have set the clock. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So I'll attempt to finish task 1 within 20 minutes. Let's keep everything authentic. By the way, I haven't analyzed this before. This is literally the first time I'm looking at it, like looking more closely. And I started the clock. Okay. First analysis. I wish I could draw on this, but I can't. What the hell? I need to choose a different platform, like text editor. So let's start. Let's focus up. Shop 3. This is in 2008, so it's in the past tense. So shop 3 experienced a decrease, quite a sharp one, in the first 4 months, and then recovered. Everything else, I believe, like shop 2 stagnated and then grew. Shop 1 increased sharply, stagnated, increased more. Shop 4 generally increased in the first half until July, dropped significantly, stagnated, recovered. So I will have to mention all of these little trends to score a perfect band 9 for my task achievement. So what do I write for my overview? I feel like I'm a little too slow. Need to speed up. Okay. So overview, those trends, I think. So shop 3 generated the most profits for most of the period, and it experienced a sharp decline and a recovery. All the other three, they generally increased. Shop 2 and shop 1 and 2 generally increased. Actually, like if you look at the beginning, it was like 17,000, I think, euros, and then in the end it's 30,000. So yes, all three increased. All the other three increased as well. That'll be my overview. In the first buddy, I'll definitely talk about shop 3. Maybe I can do 4 buddy paragraphs. That'd be cool. I'm actually gonna do that. Just 4 buddy paragraphs. Yeah, let's go. So the line graph presents information about copying from my buddy here. How the monthly revenues from 4 jewelry and co-shops changed. In 2008. Okay. I like to add my overviews to my introductions for aesthetic reasons. Okay, let me make sure I'm still... Yeah, that's right. Or it can be used. Ahmedov Akbarov. Is it okay to use these appreciated and underappreciated in situations where it can be used? I would rather not, to be honest. Okay, the line graph presents information about how the monthly range from the changed overall. Shop 3. Generated the highest revenues for sharp decline until June and recovering during the rest of the year. The other 3 shops also experienced increases, right? That's what I learned from grammar. I usually use an increase, but that would be incorrect because I'm talking about 3 shops, right? So each one experienced their own increase. So the word increase should be in plural, right? So here, if you write experienced an increase, that would actually be incorrect, and you would no longer get band 9 in grammar. Yes. So experienced increases over the period. Okay. So shop 3 generated 70,000, over 70,000 euros. Unfortunately, I don't have the symbol for euro on my keyboard, or even if I do, I don't know how to, I don't know the shortcut for it. So I have to write it in Word, which will affect my word count. Yeah, that's why I hate euros and pounds. Dollar is the best. Euros. In January. Which was more than double the figure for the second highest. Second highest earning shop. The figure is the amount dropped significantly to 40,000 euros in April. Fell more gradually until June, before recovering strongly to a peak at exceeding 80,000 euros in December. Shop 2 showed stayed constant at under 35,000 euros to revenues. Until May, right? This. When it started. In a steady upward following a steady upward trend. See, there I tried to be creative first. Like, I wanted to say started in a upward trajectory, whatever. It would be poetic and everything, but it would just destroy my lexical resource score, because examiners actually really hate when you do that, when candidates try to be creative in their task one. Just need to words you learn from the books, right? So upward trend or pattern, you follow it. You don't start it or something. You started following a steady upward trend. Reaching this is almost 60,000 euros in December. Yeah, I don't like this part. Until May. By the way, this is also not correct, because it should be they. I'm talking about revenues when they started. Started rising steadily to reach almost this in December. Remember, I said I would do a separate paragraph for each. I've changed my mind. Shop 1 showed a sharp rise, a sharp increase between February and April. Nearly tripling increase in earnings, nearly tripling to over 40,000 euros. The trend then leveled off for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 month or 6 month. For 5 month recorded a further rise, recording further growth to approximately 50,000 euros by December. Shop 4. I have 3 minutes left. I need to hurry. Shop 4. Fluctuated until April. Rose. Climbed. Slowly. In July. Before a sudden drop to its January level at 15,000 euros in August. After a period of no change, the figure rose again. But failed to reach the earlier peak. But narrowly, okay, this part is a bit creative to reach the earlier peak. Rose again. Until December. Okay. How about this? Let's try I mean, to reach the earlier peak. My time is up. On your number pad, it's Alt and 0128. Wow, it's so easy. I didn't know that. Bro, come on. Appreciate it. All right. So 200 words exactly. I'm just a little worried that I don't have enough linking words in the second paragraph. I feel like this should be pretty good. Like the line graph presents information about how the monthly revenues from 4 jewelry co shops changed in 2008. Overall, the shop 3 generated the highest revenues for most of the year, showing a sharp decline until June and recovering during the rest of the year. The other 3 shops also experienced increases over the period. April. In April, temporarily losing its lead in December. Okay. So now I'm going to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, come on. Oh, sorry, I clicked too hard. It would likely score in the band 8.5 range with just a few small refinements for cohesion. Oh, it's already band 8.5, bro. Anyway, okay. If you want to stay sane, don't take ChatGPT's assessments seriously, right? That should be a quote. A quote by me. Alright, this is the refined version apparently. Trends for overall shop 3 generated, or apparently I was supposed to capitalize the shops. Okay. For most of the year, showing a sharp fall until mid-year before recovering strongly. In contrast, the other 3 shops experienced overall growth during the period, though to a lesser extent. I see. This at the start of the year, earned, generated, okay, which was more than twice the amount recorded by the second most profitable shop. I considered using the word profitable, but then I overthought it, and like basically profit and revenue are 2 different things. If you know the economy, those are 2 different things, like completely different. That's why I don't know, but earner is a more general term. I think ChatGPT doesn't know what he's talking about here. I think earner is a more accurate, yeah, like highest earning shop is, in my opinion, more accurate than second most profitable shop, because I did want to use the word profitable. It's more elegant, but I mean, not elegant, it's more like, it's simpler. Yeah, I don't know. Its revenue then dropped sharply to around 40,000 and continued to decline more gradually until June, when it briefly lost its leading position. Okay. Temporarily is not good. I agree. From July onwards, the shop's earnings rebounded steadily, reaching a peak of over 80,000. Shop's 2 revenues remained stable at slightly below 35, after which it rose consistently. Shop 1 saw a steep increase almost tripling. This figure then leveled off for about 5 months before climbing further. Meanwhile, yeah, that's the missing piece in my puzzle. Fluctuated in the first few months, rose slightly, then plunged. Seriously? Plunged, huh? It plunged. So he's paraphrasing, drop significantly, or sudden drop. Yeah, sudden drop is apparently a plunge. After remaining unchanged for a short period, it increased again toward the year's end, though it did not quite reach its earlier peak. Huh. Okay. All right. So now I think that's pretty much it for today's stream. I will send my essays. First, I need to send the task, forward it, Telegram, and my own version, which would likely score band 8. But I'm gonna be optimistic and say maybe it's 8.5 as well. My version. And this. Refined. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. By the way, how is my setup today? I bought these new headset, which connects to my microphone, and so with it I can hear my voice, monitor how I sound. Plus I bought lighting, so my face I think now should look better overall, like more saturation, the colors. Yeah. So speaking in deze permaakte dingetjes, you can send it in my channel, like in the comments section. Now we can do some like small Q&A session. If you have any questions, I can answer those, because we still have like 10 more minutes. If not, then yeah, much better than Telegram. Yeah, thank you. I agree. Okay. Yes, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free. I feel like you're I can't see how many viewers there are. Let me try to fix that. Okay, good. Don't need it. Okay. Look at the dog. Hmm. Excellent. Okay. I guess that's gonna be it for today, guys. I hope this was saved on YouTube. Otherwise, I'd be really mad. I'll be really mad. And yeah, I've had fun. I don't know about you. Uh huh. That's my wife. Okay. And goodbye.